Chapter 19 Cloud. Elle and Anthea had just left the giant's house, heading straight towards the witch's place deep in the forest. After everything they had gone through in the past couple of days, it was a nice change traveling on top of the bird's back instead of being held hostage in its talons. It was a peaceful flight, and the air felt nice blowing on Elle's face as they watched the sun rise in the distance. Watching the light shine over the trees almost made Elle forget what sort of dangers hide just beneath the treetops. It looked so peaceful from high up, and it was hard to believe what trouble they had found traveling by foot. They never would have thought that these were the sort of dangers that were beyond the hills that Mother told them about. This only made Elle wonder if their parents had explored through these woods when they were younger. Did Mother and Father used to be explorers? Had they also fought muscular cats and met with a giant? Maybe they knew the giant's wife before she got sick. Did they know a witch lived in these woods? What if they were friends with the witch? What if mean old Granny was a witch, and that's why she was so mean? Wait, what if the witch is a mean witch? Anthea wouldn't take Elle to a mean witch, would she? Come to think of it, Anthea never told Elle what sort of magic this Aunt Witch does. Elle furrowed their brow, deep in thought when Anthea popped her head out from their shirt and climbed up onto their shoulder.
"What a view, huh?"
she said, sitting down on Elle's shoulder and smiling at them.
"Oh hey, look over there,"
she said, pointing off into the distance. There was a chunk of rock sticking out high above the trees, with the sun now shining its warm morning rays onto it. Elle looked closer. It was covered with something. They squinted. Some sort of animal. It looked like a panda bear with antlers, at least 10 of them, and they were all sunbathing. They looked very relaxed and lazy, the sort of animal to sleep all day only to get up to eat. As they traveled across the forest, Anthea pointed out different landmarks or creatures along the way, telling Elle all about the forest and her many adventures through it while running errands for Aunt Witch. There was the crooked cobblestone tower that was now a ruins. It was the gathering place of the warrior cats that had been taken over by soldier dogs from the other side of the forest. It was a nasty war that lasted a few years, but in the end, the cats ran the dogs off, and they have been living peacefully in their territory of the woods. It's rare to see a dog in these parts. Anthea pointed to the horizon and was telling Elle about her adventures with the soldier dogs and how she barely escaped with her life when they heard a rumbling of thunder and looked over to see a group of dark clouds that were quickly approaching them. Aside from that patch of storm clouds, the sky was clear and sunny. It approached them faster and faster as a strong wind hit the bird, causing it to sway and adjust to the new weather. Elle grabbed onto a ruffle of feathers and held on tightly, and Anthea ducked back into their shirt. The clouds approached them quickly, and the weather only got rougher. Anthea poked her head out and shouted to the bird to get above the clouds. It was better not to get caught up in the storm, or rather, to fly above it if they could. Elle tugged on its feathers upwards and sent the bird higher into the sky, just above the massive storm clouds as it reached where they were flying. Another rumble of thunder. And this time, Elle could have sworn they heard a roar, as if an animal were crying out. It was still quite windy above the clouds, but at least it was dry. They could hear the sound of rain pouring down into the forest under them, and staring at the clouds they could see flickers of lightning before the thunder was heard. They flew above the clouds for a few minutes, when Anthea started to get suspicious. Why hadn't the storm passed them? Or at least, why hadn't they passed the storm? It approached them with such speed, surely it would have been on its way already. She crawled out from Elle's shirt and looked down into the storm. What she saw was an eye hidden amongst the clouds, staring right back at them.